To local craftsmen and millwrights, the first mill at Castleward was financed and constructed by the local landlord Michael Ward in the early 1700s. Powered by a stream from the temple water, and also, in early times, by the movement of the tides in Strangford loch. Over time, the mill gradually fell into disrepair, but was restored by the National Trust in 1992. The function of the mill is to inform and demonstrate the early technology in milling oats, barley and wheat to provide human and animal foodstuff. The tailrace water flows back into Strangford loch. On the millstone side of the mill, the axle of the mill wheel is connected to a large bevel gear wheel, the pit wheel. This measures with a smaller bevel gear, the wallower, which is connected to the upright shaft, which extends to the top of the mill. Above the wallower is the great spur wheel, which messes with two smaller cog wheels, the stone nuts, which drive the top millstones. Here we have a schematic diagram which shows the gearing arrangement for driving the upright shaft and the two runner stones, the top millstones. On the other side of the mill wheel axle, there are also gear wheels. Large wheels engaging with smaller wheels increase the revs and speed. With pulleys and belts, power is transmitted to the thrashing machine and winnower some distance away. The straw passes out the rear of the thresher, and the grain fed to the winnower below. the milling side of the mill, the upright shaft with its associated gears power the millstones. The grain is fed into the hopper, which is supported on a frame called the horse, which all rests upon the millstone enclosure called the ton. The grain is directed into the eye of the millstone by the shoe. The shoe is shaken to control the feed rate of the grain by the rotating cam called the damsel. The second milled stones, with less clearance between the stones, would produce flour for soft bread baking. At the top of the upright shaft, there should be fitted a crown wheel, which would power the sack hoist to move the grain from the ground floor to the room above. Here we have an illustration which shows the movement of the grain from its entry to the mill until the final product. Here are some typical foodstuffs which have been produced by modern milling processes. So there you have it. For thousands of years, our ancestors have harnessed the power of flowing water by constructing machines to carry out useful work. You've seen how the mill wheel drives gear wheels, pulleys and belts to machines which thresh, clean and mill the grain. So have a walk around the mill, observe the various operations, read the information boards, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I do hope you enjoy your visit to the Castleward Cornmill.